Some cars aren't built for the racetrack or for showing off. They're built for something way more important, your actual everyday life. And that's really the whole story behind the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. This isn't about some fantasy lifestyle. It's about making your daily grind just a whole lot easier.
This quote right here, it absolutely nails it. See, while it feels like every other car maker is screaming for attention with wild designs and over-the-top horsepower, Toyota is taking a deep breath and doing something totally different. They're focused on a feeling of calm, of balance. The whole idea is to build a car that just feels right from the very second you get in. So what does that calm philosophy actually mean in the real world? Well, it means this thing is purpose-built for how we really live. We're talking about the daily commute through packed suburbs, juggling chaotic family schedules, and of course, those long stretches of highway that are just part of life here. It's designed to slot right into those habits, not force you to change them.
So let's dig into that a little bit more, this philosophy of calm. What does it actually feel like for the person who owns and drives this car day in and day out?
It all boils down to this idea of effortless ownership. The Corolla Cross Hybrid is built to feel familiar, almost like an old, reliable friend. This is not a car that's going to demand your attention with complicated tech or a bumpy, harsh ride. Nope, it's more like a reassuring partner that just helps you get things done, which, when you think about it, is a pretty amazing feature all on its own. But hey, a great philosophy only goes so far, right? For most of us, it really comes down to the numbers. So let's talk about the value equation here. What are you actually getting for your hard-earned money? We're looking at a starting price right around $30,000, and that's a really important number because it puts modern hybrid tech, not to mention great safety features, within reach for a whole lot of people. It's a seriously accessible entry point into the whole hybrid world. And get this, for that price, you're not getting some bare-bones, stripped-down model. A hybrid engine and all-wheel drive comes standard. That's a huge deal. Then you throw in a full suite of safety features and that classic solid Toyota build quality, and you can see this is a car that's built to last, not just to look good on a test drive. Okay, so we know the philosophy, we've talked about the price, now let's get to what you'll be seeing and feeling every single day. Let's look at the new design updates and how they really focus on your daily comfort. So for 2026, the updates are subtle, but they're really smart. On the outside, you'll see a cleaner, more modern look. A new bumper and grille, some sharp new 18-inch wheels, but it's on the inside where you'll really feel the difference. They've totally redesigned the center console to give you more usable space, for your phone, your coffee, all that stuff that's always rolling around. The bigger 10.5-inch touchscreen is a great modern touch, and you can get those little luxuries that make a huge difference, like heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Again, it's not about being flashy. It's just about making your daily drive that much better. All right, let's get under the hood. How does Toyota manage to balance the need for decent power with the absolute demand for practicality and efficiency? Well, the answer starts with this number right here, 196. That's the combined horsepower you get from its 2-liter engine and its 3 electric motors. Now, that is a pretty significant bump up from the non-hybrid version, and it gives it that confident get-up-and-go you really need for merging onto a busy highway. So what does that 196 horsepower actually feel like on the road? Well, it'll get you from 0 to 60 in about 7.3 seconds, which is plenty quick for confident merging and passing. And because all-wheel drive is standard, you've got that extra grip and confidence when the weather gets nasty. Plus, and this is pretty cool, you can even tow up to 1,500 pounds, perfect for a small trailer. Look, this isn't a sports car, and it's not trying to be one. It's just a really, really capable and well-rounded ride. And that capability, it definitely extends to the back of the car. You're working with about 22 cubic feet of cargo space. So what does that mean? It means plenty of room for a big grocery run, all your luggage for a road trip, or all the gear you need for a weekend away. So when you put all these different pieces together, the whole philosophy, the value, the design, and the performance, a really clear picture starts to form. This vehicle is, quite simply, a smart and simple choice. So who is this car really for? Well, it's for the person who values reliability and efficiency way more than flash and raw power. It's for someone who just needs a practical, comfortable car that makes their daily life easier, not more complicated. This is for the driver who's looking for a strong value, someone who wants modern features without paying a premium for stuff they'll never use. And all of that leads us with one final thought to chew on. In a car market that is just constantly racing to add more screens, more horsepower, more complexity, is it possible that being thoughtfully simple is actually the most valuable, most desirable feature of them all? It really seems like some drivers, and definitely some car makers, are starting to think so.